Hello everyone. Nice to see you again. Hope you and your family are doing fine and great. So in this video tutorial, I will discuss how to use Nikto, which is a web vulnerability analysis. Okay, this is one of the most popular for web scanner too. So I would suggest student to experiment and explore about the program. Okay, so before we start, let me explain to you the platform that I have right now. Notice that I have turned on my Kali Linux as my attacker machine and my Metasploitable as a target machine or as a victim machine. Okay, when I run this Metasploitable or a victim machine, uh, make sure that you put as a host only adapter. All right, host only adapter. And also on the Kali Linux on the attacker machine, on the network setting, uh, the first adapter I put as a net, and the second one I put as a host only adapter as well. All right, so uh, before you do any experiments, I want to show you what to do here, right? I will run an if config. So 192.168.56.105 will be my target machine, and my attacker machine is gonna be, let me see, let me run another one. My attacker machine, let me see. Oh, what did I do? Okay, my attacker machine is sudo ifconfig, and then I need to put a password. Alright, my attacker machine is 192.168.56.103. Notice that I have both attacker and a target machine set up, right? The next thing I need to ping, make sure that I can ping each other's 192.168.56.105. Okay, so as you can see that I'm successfully pinged to my victim machine. And now let's go from the victim machine, which is Metasploitable, to I'm gonna ping to the attacker. Ping 192.168.56.103. Alright, notice that, so I can ping each other's, right? So that is the first thing that student need to do. Make sure that the platform is set up correctly. Otherwise, we may not be able to do the lab. So now, how you go to do the exploit here? Let's run a web analysis here. Let me see if I can find it in there. No. Maybe in Nikto here under vulnerability analysis number 2. I'm gonna click Nikto. All right. I'm gonna run this. All right. This is the command that I want to show it to you. Okay. You need to run this Nikto my hyphen h. That means it's a host, right? Host, which is a target host. I'm gonna put my IP address 192.168.56.105, and then I'm gonna scan port number 80, which is for web, right? And then from here, I'm gonna put into an output -o. I'm gonna output Nikto result scan, and then -f. -f means the file is txt. Okay, so let me repeat again. This is the command Nikto -h, which is host, and then the target IP address -p stand for the port, which is here port to use, which is the default is 80, and -o, which is the output the name of the file is Nikto results and the file is .txt. So let me run this. Boom. Okay. Notice that I found some of the vulnerabilities here. All right. So we may need to wait for a little bit. It shows you a lot of these things. Right? Well, since my target machine is a Metasploitable 2, so they have a lot of vulnerabilities. Okay. Notice that my server is using Apache 2.28, which is Ubuntu, right? And I run this scan, my target IP, the target IP and the target host name, the port number, and the time, which is July 30th at 4 p.m., 4:10 p.m. Okay. So OSBD, okay, I want to show you there are a lot of vulnerabilities here. OSVDB 561. Okay. All right. So we have 8,000 requests, 0 error, and 27 items reported. Okay. So if I do ls minus l, you can see that I have a Nikto result here, right? The file. So what I'm going to do, v Nikto result, and then enter. Boom. There we go. So you can save this file. So here we can find all the vulnerability of this. All right. So let's go to the internet. I want to show it to you. Uh, let's say that I find the OSBD. If you go to vulners.com, it find all the vulnerabilities here, information, right? Let's say that I put OSVDB 561, right? It show us the description that Apache web server contains a flaw that may lead to unauthorized information of disclosure. The issue is triggered when a remote attacker requests the server info directive, which will disclose a variety of information about the web server, including the version, the operating system, the path, and module. So what's the solution? There are no known upgrades or patches to correct this issue. However, it is possible to correct the flaw by implementing the following workaround. Edit the location/server in HTTPD configuration file and only allow access from trusted IP address. So once we run the vulnerability, right? And then we need to go to Google and find the corresponding this one, all right? For example, OSBD 48. Okay, so I'm going to run again OSVD. Okay, so what is OSVDB? OSVDB is an open source vulnerability database. It is a vulnerability database that was started in August 2002 at the Black Hat and DEF CON conferences by several industry professionals. Okay. The goal of this project was to provide accurate, detailed, current, and unbiased technical information on security vulnerabilities. There is another one which is called Common Vulnerability Exposure, or CVE. Basically, this is similar to OSVDB, but the CVE was created by another entity. The CVE operated by the Mitri Corporation that maintained the system with the funding from the National Cybersecurity Division of the United States Department of Homeland Security, and the system was officially launched for the public in September 1999. Okay, so this CVE in OSDB are the most common vulnerability database. All right, so let's find out some information. When we did vulnerability earlier, I find what you call that, OSVDB 48, right? In earlier. So let's find out, see if we can find it here. OSVDB, this is in Vulners, right? Vulners 48, see if they can find it. Okay, here we find out that no description. All right, so this one cannot be found. All right, so I'm gonna disregard this. Basically, if you want to find some information about OSVDB, you go to this website called vulners.com. Okay, if you guys want to look for something about CVE, common exposure vulnerabilities, or common vulnerability exposure, so let me show you the website here. This is the database website. Okay, you just have to plug the number and find the CV list. Okay, I want to show you something to run a website called hack.me.com. So maybe after you see this video, you can try to do some vulnerability using Nikto with this domain name called hack.me. Okay, let me see the website. Uh, Let me show you the website. It's called hack.me, hack.me. So student can try to run this. This is basically a free community-based project that was created by eLearn Security. Okay, the community build and host this shared vulnerable web application code for educational and research purposes. So its aims is to be the largest collection of vulnerable web application code, sample, and CMS online. So this website is commonly used by students, universities, researchers, penetration tester, and web developer. There is another website that I want to show it to you called demo.testfire.net. So perhaps when students finish watching this video, you can run a vulnerability on this website. So let me write it down in here so student can have it. It's called demo.testfire.net. Okay, so I hope that this video is informative and useful to you, and thank you very much for watching.